Perup, are you getting tired of being capped on your internet? Well, not anymore. Wave Direct has no data caps, and with great local customer service, why go anywhere else? 30-day trials are available. Call 775-253-3887.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Half Price Lawyers, the only law firm in Pahrump with a low price guarantee. Located at 41 North Highway 160, Unit 11. Call 400-0000.
Tonight on News 46, a former county commissioner passes away suddenly. A behind-the-scenes look at a commercial production, and a ribbon cutting is held on Highway 160. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell and Jason Koblenz. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Thursday, July 10th, 2014. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Former Nye County Commissioner and Minister Jeff Taguchi passed away suddenly from an apparent stroke. He was 51 years old and leaves behind a wife and a small child.
Jeff Taguchi is a wonderful individual who was in Nye County as a commissioner, and I also know him as a pastor. He lived in Beatty, and he traveled to Taiwan and throughout America to preach the gospel. But his role in Nye County was as a Nye County commissioner. He's a very level-headed individual, one of the most nicest people you'll ever meet. To hear about his passing was just a complete surprise.
He officiated your wedding ceremony?
Yeah, he actually did. He officiated our wedding ceremony itself, and it was really a wonderful sermon. He did a really good job.
How did you meet him originally when he was county commissioner?
Yeah, he was county commissioner here in Nye County, and he was really instrumental in making and working with this board. And Cameron McCrae was on the board with him at the time, and he was a definite kingpin in that board, and he was really for the people of the people.
You both knew him. He was a young guy. How old was he?
52, I believe.
And Geneva, you were the county manager at the time that he was county commissioner?
Yes, I worked with him. I think it was about 6 years. We left the county at the same time. His term ended and I retired. You know, last week he was in New York City for a big fellowship pastoring meeting, and then we got home from Los Angeles last night and looked on Facebook. And I was just shocked. I still can't believe he's gone.
I hear so much about him as far as such a loving human being, so personable.
Oh, very, very. You know, always had a smile and that big laugh of his, and he was just a wonderful person. He mentored so many people. And
Yeah, Jeff was a wonderful guy. He worked with me on several issues, public lands, wild horses, and such forth. But he was a county commissioner. He treated everybody in the county just like they were in his district. He was a good friend, and we really liked each other and got along really well.
Do you guys have any word as to what happened? Because they're assuming a heart attack at this point.
I have seen on one of Heather's posts that it was a stroke.
It's really a sad day. This is sad to hear about this. I know that he travels a lot to Taiwan. He spends half his year in Taiwan and then the other half in California. So he's full-time ministering. He's very thorough in his biblical knowledge, and he would always be there to help you when you needed a good message to address an issue or a challenge that you might have in your life. Well, he was a guy that would listen to you. He's a guy that would pay attention to the issue, and he would address it, and he would go out and get it handled. So if you gave it to Jeff, you know it was handled, and you knew it would be handled the way that you needed it to be handled to be successful. He was a great communicator. That's the bottom line. He was an excellent communicator, and he was really a great person. When you're around him, you could just feel the light. He was just really inspirational.
He will be missed. A ribbon cutting was held today at a new business called Computer Tutor on Highway 160.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming out to welcome one of our newest members to the Chamber of Commerce. This is Deborah Stortz, and her new business is called Computer Tutor. She's located at 1990 South Highway 160, just south of Calvada Boulevard. At this time, I'm going to ask Deborah to please cut the ribbon. And there you go. Good job. All right. Thank you, and welcome to the Chamber, and welcome to Pahrump.
Well, it has been 4 years in the making. I have been just one-on-one out in the field building my client base, and as you can tell, they love me as much as I love them. And this has been a dream they've all heard about for 4 years. So today is a very special day because it's when our dreams actually put feet on.
What does the Computer Tutor do? I'm assuming teaches you how to use a computer.
Yes, we are multifaceted, but first and foremost, it is to educate individuals in the world of technology, to help them to conquer it one class at a time. And the classes, the point is to keep it very affordable. All of our classes are $30 for 2 hours, and they all are repeatable at no charge, because you're coming here to learn, and if you can't learn it in the time set, then you shouldn't have to pay, because your learning curve is a little different.
So what types of classes, from beginning to advanced?
Absolutely. We will have everything, and we will even have a sign-up sheet. If you do not see a class on the schedule, then all you have to do is request it, because if one person in this town wants to learn it, then it's worth teaching.
Where are you guys located?
We are at 1990 South Highway 160. Our hours are 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday. We also have a cyber cafe, so if there are young people and they want an alternative and they want to come out and just have free internet, then the first for the month of July, we will have everything free in the cyber cafe as well. Ultimately, we'll have a Skype room where people can have us connect and they can Skype with their loved ones. A lot of the seniors, they don't know how, or they don't even understand the Skype technology. So it's just a place for people to come and get their socks blessed off.
So, do you have a website for more information?
Well, we are in the process of building it, but yes, we have the computertutoronline.com, but it is in progress right now. So,
with phone number?
And our phone number is 775-537-8732.
When we come back from this break, we're going to show you behind the scenes of a commercial production.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Integrity Taxi. Reliable, safe, and fun. Call Integrity Taxi at 751-1111.
And welcome back to News 46. Well, the production at KPVM TV is unrivaled. We had so much fun doing a commercial shoot in the desert above our town recently. We're going to debut a new commercial tonight that is somewhat of a masterpiece. When you see how it came together, you'll be amazed. Out here in the desert above Pahrump was where we shot the original 1-minute-long zombie commercial. We put out a casting call for actors to come meet us in the desert. We only received 3 people, our own Darby O'Donnell, Carlton McCaslin, and his granddaughter, Alyssa. Julie Hargis, the owner of Prompt Mobile Detailing, was not able to make it that day. She actually incurred the death of her boyfriend just days before the shoot was scheduled. And she came out, though, 2 weeks later. With the magic of our own Jason Koblenz, he was able to multiply these actors and, of course, add Julie Hargis into the shoot into multiple zombies. The original concept was that these zombies would come out from behind the cactuses in the desert and see a shiny object, that being a clean vehicle from Prompt Mobile Detailing. It was written and directed by myself and, of course, edited over the last few months by Jason Koblenz. Originally shot in color, he color-coded, remapped the movements of these zombies to make them look more dead and added a lot of special effects. And, of course, the voiceover done by my own son, Lennon O'Donnell. We're going to let you see some of that commercial and behind the scenes of the making of this zombie commercial.
Whereas, like, what does zombies have to do with mobile detailing? But I guess zombies are popular and zombies are cool and zombies are on TV all over the place, and it's a good association if you could figure out how to tie it together.
So what do you think about how it was tied together?
I thought it was pretty crafty, if you ask me, saying bring your car back to life and having a bunch of zombies chasing after the shiny object.
So what about the cast? What did you think when we had a casting call and 3 people showed up?
Well, when 3 people showed up, it was like, okay, what are we going to do with this? You got to have a whole field of zombies, or, you know, the desert strewn with zombies, and yet there's only 3 people here. And our main person, Julie, wasn't even there, so it was even more fun to figure out how we were going to do that.
Thank you very much for your cooperation.
You know what, you guys, you watch movies and it looks so easy, and you're like, how do they make millions of dollars for this? It is torture. Okay, I want you guys to know I was physically abused and tortured. Darby put sticks and dirt and stones in my hair. I was still getting little pebbles out of my hair the next day. I mean, it was just, it was like you stand in one place and then they change your makeup and they change it again, and Julie, don't breathe and don't move. And it took us probably, an hour and a half just to do the one sequence. When
you're coming from a zombie into
into a normal, well, we know me, a subnormal, crazy Julie Hargis.
People that have seen it, from behind the scenes, have kind of been watching along the way. Some people thought it might be too scary for a commercial to be played on local TV, and other people, the comments coming back where it's just scarier than they thought it would look.
Into your house.
Filming it was a lot of fun because, I got to do all my own makeup, and it was a lot of fun. I prepared like several days beforehand. I went out and I bought all my secondhand clothing and just ratted it all up and like put it all in a bunch of dirt and made it look all awesome. And the makeup, it was fun to do because I never got to do zombie makeup before. And so it's like, I just had all the blood around my eyes, and just it was a lot of fun indeed.
If any zombies happen to...
I think actually I played 3 different zombies by the time we were done with it. But that's, that's the magic of film there. You can do things like that you can't do on stage. I brought the wig along. I thought that would work, just one of the zombies. Next thing I know, I'm 3 zombies.
Solid. And do not go out under...
I teased my hair, and then I went through your makeup and was like, this kind of looks zombie color. And then so I just took that, and then I took some like cruddy lipstick and was like, yep, just kind of drew on my face.
What did you think about the direction for the acting and the jerky zombie dragging movements that we asked you to do?
I definitely was expecting the regular zombie movements because that's just a normal thing, but it was weird when it came to like, okay, when it's just all quiet in the desert and they're like, make zombie noises, and we're like, grr, okay. And then they were like, okay, crawl through the dirt right there. We're like, all right. So we would just like crawl through the dirt, and it's actually really sharp, pointy rocks.
If any zombies happen to get into your...
I actually retimed a lot of the shots. I didn't do all of them. I could have done all of them, but thought some of them I left alone. I just removed some frames on some of the shots to give a little bit more jerky look to it, and then some of it I actually sped up and slowed down the timing of the video clips to give a little spasticity towards them, you know, and unnatural look, because we didn't want a natural look. We wanted it to be unnatural and kind of creepy.
Stays calm, or there is a zombie apocalypse currently happening on the West Coast. Do stay inside. Do not go out under any circumstances.
Yeah, that was my first time doing the Pahrump Valley Speedway one.
And so this zombie commercial, you really like doing the end, sounding like a zombie. Do you like the effects that were put on your voice too as well?
Yeah, actually, I'm used to effects like that, like reverb, delay. You know, I've been processing vocals for the past 2 years, so it was, you know.
We insist.
Bring your car back to life with Pahrump Mobile Detailing.
Thank you to all the actors for their work in this zombie commercial. It turned out really well. And of course, Jason Koblenz for his magical editing on that commercial. We'll be putting that up on YouTube, and of course, you'll be seeing it here on KPVM TV. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. And we do have that up online, Pahrump Mobile Detailing zombie commercial on KPVM's YouTube page. We're also going to put it on the Facebook. And we'll have more on Leonard O'Donnell on tomorrow night's broadcast. But right now we're going to show you that zombie commercial in its entirety. And following that, we'll be back with your news across Nevada.
We request that everybody stays calm in the current moment, or there is a zombie apocalypse currently happening on the West Coast. Stay inside and do not go out under any circumstances. If any zombies happen to get into your house, shoot them in the head from the brain. We insist, do not leave your houses. Thank you very much for your cooperation. We request that everybody stays calm, or there is a zombie apocalypse currently happening on the West Coast. Do stay inside. Do not go out under any circumstances. If any zombies happen to get into your house, shoot them in the head from the brain. We insist.
Bring your car back to life with Pahrump Mobile Detailing.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrump's optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
There will be a week full of Pride events beginning Monday, July 21st in Northern Nevada. This will be the 4th annual gay, lesbian, transgender, and bisexual event with a festival and parade to be held in Reno. The event will include a fundraiser, parties, and all sorts of entertainment. For more information, go to northernnevadapride.org. The city of Las Vegas is set to accept land use and licensing applications for medical marijuana establishments. So far, they have not received a lot of response. According to city planning officials, they expect most applicants will wait until that last minute to submit the paperwork. The Henderson Public Information Officer says no applications have been submitted in that city. This is a very important part of the process and quite possibly the part many residents care about the most because it's going to determine where in the city medical marijuana dispensaries, cultivation facilities, and production sites will be located. There's a cost, which is $1,280 for the land use application and $5,000 for the licensing application, both of which are non-refundable. Officials say the number of Nevadans claiming their abandoned property was way up in June compared with last year after the state treasurer's office published its annual unclaimed property list in newspapers. State Treasurer Kate Marshall gives partial credit to the advertising blitz for attracting more than 11,000 claims in June, up about 4,600 from last June. The state maintains a searchable database of assets such as uncashed payroll checks, unreturned utility deposits, and unused gift certificates. Businesses that can't track down the rightful owner after about 3 years must return the assets to the state. Nevada's Unclaimed Property Division is currently safeguarding about $650 million. It returned about $35 million in assets last year. Residents can search the database by visiting the Nevada Treasurer's website. The owners of Dottie's Tavern chain are buying the River Palms Casino in Laughlin for $6.75 million in cash. Tropicana Entertainment announced it last week and that it plans to lease the property from the new owners for 90 days before fully releasing it to the company in September. The new owners, Nevada Restaurant Services, says they plan to close the casino temporarily for renovations and improvements. The Riverside Casino features a 25-story tower and more than 1,000 rooms and suites. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. That's your news across Nevada.
Whether you hate the color of your brick or you're looking to give your home a facelift, there's a new option to consider. In today's Angie's List report, the big impact of brick staining. Harry Brax is staining the brick of Beth Cornelison's home. Cornelison replaced her siding last year, but the color of the new siding no longer matched the brick.
If you can see the old brick had some variation in the coloration, and so we wanted to preserve the variation so it still looked like brick.
You can get the type of brick that you want, and it's going to be unique, and you're the only one that will have exactly that finished product. The reason is that every brick is different.
Whether you need to match an existing brick color or you want to change the entire facade, staining is an option for both exterior and interior brick. To create the stain, most contractors layer together colors. Unlike paint, brick stain penetrates the pores of the brick so it doesn't peel. Brick staining also costs less and creates less mess than brick resurfacing.
I would say that the majority of our customers end up going from darker to lighter. The reason being that many of our customers have brick that dates back to the 60s, so it's outdated and it's dark.
Because this is a relatively new technique, Angie's List cautions you to make sure the person you hire is experienced and knowledgeable. Ask the company to provide references of past work and ask how they charge.
Brick staining is a newer trend, so first and foremost when you're interviewing contractors, be sure you have someone that has experience in doing brick staining because you want it to be a project that lasts. When it comes to pricing, it still varies. It depends on either by square foot or some contractors will charge by the hour or part of a day.
Highly rated masons tell Angie's List brick stain works on stone as well. And it doesn't have a strong odor, so there's no need to escape the house during application. I'm Noah Began for News 46.
This is the first business brief for Thursday, July 10th. I'm Angela Miles. Airline ticket prices are scheduled for takeoff. New TSA fees kick in July 21st. Round-trip tickets will cost $11 more, and it's $5 for one-way flights. A massive penalty is reportedly in the pipeline for Citigroup. The New York Times reports after months of negotiations, the bank and the Justice Department are closing in on a deal. Citigroup may wind up paying $7 billion for its role in the sale of shoddy mortgages, more than double what analysts originally predicted. An assorted story involving a Google executive is coming out of Santa Cruz, California. Police say 51-year-old Forrest Hayes overdosed on his yacht docked in the harbor last November. It's believed 26-year-old Alex Tickleman, who admits to being a prostitute, allegedly injected Hayes with heroin, then stepped over his body to finish a glass of wine as he was dying. That's the first business brief. I'm Angela Miles.
Oh my gosh. Thanks, Angela, and thanks, Noah. On Wednesday, July 16th, at the National Atomic Testing Museum located at 755 East Flamingo Road in Las Vegas, there will be a planned meeting. The topics include developing a recommendation regarding how radioactive waste management facility evaluations could be improved and finalizing a recommendation on how communication with communities near the Nevada National Security Site could be enhanced regarding waste transportation and disposal. For more information, call 702-630-0522. When we come back from this break, we'll have your weather with Noah Beacon.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Thursday, July 10th. Today we had partly cloudy skies with a high of 100 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 104 degrees. Winds are coming from the south-southwest today at 7 miles per hour with gusts up to 12 miles per hour. The UV index today was 11, which is extreme. Humidity was at 25%. Sunrise was at 5:35 this morning, and the record high in 2012 was 114 degrees. Tonight we'll have clear skies with a low of 75 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 81 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south at 5 miles per hour with gusts up to 8 miles per hour, so little to no winds there. Humidity will be at 28%. Sunset will be at 8:03 p.m. and the record low in 1948 was 64 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies with a high of 99 degrees and a low of 74 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour with a gust up to 11 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 24%. Sunrise will be at 5:36 a.m. and the UV index will be 11, which is extreme. For our 7-day forecast, we have a little bit of everything. There's a chance of thunderstorms on Monday and then again on Wednesday. Your high temperatures will be ranging from 98 degrees to 109 degrees, peaking there on Sunday. And your low temperatures will be ranging from 74 degrees to 82 degrees.
It looks like it's going to be an active week. The National Weather Service has issued a flash flood watch. Remember, that's a little bit less than a warning for portions of northwest Arizona, California, and Nevada until 9 p.m. tonight. Affected Nevada areas may include Lake Mead National Recreation Area, Las Vegas Valley, Lincoln County, Northeast Clark County, Sheep Range, Southern Clark County, Spring Mountains, Red Rock Canyon, and Western Clark and Southern Nye counties. A very unstable and moist air mass is in place across southern Nevada, northwest Arizona, and eastern San Bernardino counties. Showers and thunderstorms will be capable of producing very heavy rainfall and very high rainfall rates. Locations impacted by these thunderstorms may observe 1 to 2 inches of rainfall in a very short period of time. Conditions may change extremely rapidly with the onset of rain. I do want to remind everybody that we have shut off our analog channel 41, and we have completely switched over to digital channels 46.1, 2, 3, and 4. And of course, you can find us on the web, and we do post things on Facebook as well, and YouTube. And if you have a hard time hooking up or you need more information, I urge you to give Vern Van Winkle a phone call at 209-3824, and he'll give you all the details, and we won't leave you hanging, get you hooked up to our digital channels. You may need to buy a digital antenna, and those are available at Walmart or Radio Shack. But if you have a flat screen TV, you might not even need a digital antenna at all. You just need to turn off your box, your DirecTV or Dish Network box, and rescan for the digital channels. And if you'd like to watch local TV, just turn off your box and then they'll be there. For more information, once again, call Vern Van Winkle, 209-3824. And of course, Rod's TV will help you out too as well. I do want to update everybody as far as the digital and analog scanners are concerned as well, because everybody knows that the Nye County Sheriff's Office changed from analog to digital. And I was telling you guys a few weeks ago about a scanner that I was borrowing there from Dave and Patty Greb, and they were nice enough to let me borrow their scanner and let me have it for all the holiday weekends and everything, and I gave it back to them this past week. So, of course, when I give it back to them, I wasn't able to get all the traffic that was coming through with the Nye County Sheriff's Office. And we told everybody that they could get their scanner codes up here at the station, and they're still available. If you need the new digital scanner codes, come up here to the station or give me a call, 727-9400, extension 201. But I got to tell you that I was bugging Vern about purchasing me a new scanner, and pretty regularly, actually. And I do want to say that today I got a confirmation of that order, so I'm going to be out there getting those spot news. And he purchased a scanner so that I could do that, and I want to say what a wonderful boss that Vern is. And no, I'm not being held hostage or bribed in any way, except for possibly with the scanner. But we will be getting our digital scanners in. We thought that they were going to be a lot of money. I told you that before, but it turns out they're just a few $100s. So if you need more information on what scanners to purchase, you can also give me a call to find out more information on that. But I do got to tell you how wonderful Vern is, and Rhonda Van Winkle, for purchasing the scanners for us, and I would love to thank them publicly for that. And I think he's going to give me my scanner now. You're not going to hold it hostage now, right? All right. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Good night.
Pahrump Early Learning Academy, our goal is to provide a complete nurturing environment for the growth and development of the whole child, socially, emotionally, physically, and intellectually. Children are natural explorers and need hands-on experiences to help stimulate their own imaginations. We strive to meet the needs of each individual child at their developmental level through planned activities, plus help each child attain a higher level of achievement. Call 751-5335 for more information.